So former President Donald Trump, now a criminal defendant.
So yesterday in Manhattan criminal court, the indictment against Mr. Trump was unsealed and the charges were read. 34 felony counts for falsifying business records. Mr. Trump pled not guilty to all counts. At a press conference following his arraignment, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg defended bringing felony charges against the former president.
At its core, this case today is one with allegations like so many of our white-collar cases. Allegations that someone lied again and again to protect their interests and evade the laws to which we are all held accountable.
But a lot of people are wondering, where is the evidence? And that's where Peter Frankel comes in, a former prosecutor, current criminal defense attorney. So everybody was surmising across the board yesterday on TV that there might be a problem. Alvin Bragg did not show how this rises to felonies.
So I'm going to start by saying that this indictment, what transpired yesterday, doesn't change the calculus for me at all. If anything, it confirms what I thought and what I'm on record saying, which is this is a political prosecution. I believe that. This is 34 counts of bookkeeping entries that he is twisting into a felony by alleging that he has evidence that these entries were made in order to somehow conceal a separate crime. But he won't tell us what the crime is. Is it tax evasion? Is it campaign finance violation? He hasn't charged either of those. So to me, this is consistent with what we've seen over the past 7 years when it comes to Democrat leadership and Donald Trump, starting with calls for impeachment before he was even took office, the Mueller investigation, Russian collusion, impeachment,
the Steele dossier,
the 1-6 committee, alleged efforts by law enforcement to suppress the Hunter Biden laptop prior to the
But Peter, does Alvin Bragg have to give Donald Trump's attorneys the evidence?
Sure. So this is what's going to happen.
Point?
This is what's going to happen because we all know about bail reform, and part of bail reform is discovery reform. And what discovery reform means is, in the old days, they dump all the discovery on you the night before trial, which was insane.
Right.
Now, and you'll note that the next court date is in December 4. Why is that? Because there's a mountain of evidence in this case that the prosecution has a deadline by which they have to give to the defense sooner rather than later, and after the defense gets that and they can digest it, then they will enter into what we refer to as motion practice. And in that motion practice, we're going to see all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Change
of venue, motion to dismiss, speedy trial, statute of limitations, litigation. So all that is going to happen. They've got 4 months to get the discovery, prepare the motions. The DA will respond. We'll come back to court in December, and we'll get a decision from the judge.
What does sooner rather than later look like for Trump's legal team?
So it's probably going to be within, because it's so voluminous, it'll probably be within the next 2 months, 60 days. So typically, on a garden variety case, we'd get 45 days to file our motions. But because of the nature and the volume of the evidence here, the judge has given them more time, which is right. It's the right thing to do, especially in a case like this, which is so important.
Peter, I'm still confused about this, and I'm sure a lot of viewers are, because my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that it's elevated to a felony because it's a violation of federal election law. And that means that his sole purpose of covering this up was to improve his electoral chances. How did they prove that? How did they prove that it wasn't done just to, make sure Melania doesn't get pissed off at him or his son doesn't get embarrassed by seeing this porn star? Like, how do they prove that?
So that's a great question. And it's going to come down to a few things. Number one, you can expect that Michael Cohen's going to testify, David Pecker's going to testify. What are they going to say? They're going to give testimony about a scheme that was hatched prior to the election. For what purpose? For the sole purpose of trying to influence or keep from the voters this damaging information that they didn't want them to hear about. So you have those witnesses, but you're also likely going to have text messages. It's my understanding there's 1 or more recorded calls, all of which is going to be offered to try to corroborate the theory of the prosecution's case, which was, yeah, well, maybe this was to try to protect Melania or the family, But in reality, this was a backdoor effort used with personal funds, not campaign funds, personal funds, to try to mask what was really going on here, which was a campaign finance violation which wasn't reported, to try to influence the voters and win the election.
And then similar on the other side, how would they prove that that's not the case?
So also really interesting, because if I represent Donald Trump, I'm not putting him on the stand.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be able to establish the defense in some other way on their case that, and it may be by discrediting the witnesses. It may be with other witnesses that can offer testimony that isn't consistent with the people's witnesses. But they're going to have to offer some evidence to show that there is some doubt with respect to what the intention really was. Was it really to avoid filing campaign finance, or was it for tax purposes? What was the alternative theory?
You got the indictment with you, right?
I do.
Is it all in legalese? Because, I sleep with the lawyer and I still don't understand this stuff.
Yeah, you know what?
That is her husband, FYI.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Let's just preface.
It's 34 counts.
Yeah.
They all basically read the exact same.
They all say the same thing.
Pretty much. If you want to really do a deep dive,
Yeah.
District Attorney Bragg was nice enough to put out a statement of facts, which is 13 pages. It's basically an opening statement explaining to the world what this case is all about. Read this. This will tell you
So
what
wait,
their
these
theory is.
34 are just the same thing?
Basically, pretty much, yeah.
Peter Frankel, thank you for coming in and helping us digest this today. Former prosecutor, current defense attorney. Where can people find you if they need you?
They can find me at FrankelPM at CFRlaw.net. And thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Thank you.